Hey everybody, this is Texas Battle from Final Destination 3, the famous Coach Carter, and of course, Wrong Turn 2. I'm on the podcast. Don't go out there. Check it out. We see you soon. Always. Hook 'em horns.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Don't Go Out There Horror Movie Podcast. We really appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm super excited for this upcoming interview. We are honored to be joined by another veteran of the business, and perhaps the coolest name of anyone we've ever had the privilege to interview, Mr. Texas Battle. Mr. Battle, how are you today, sir?
Doing very well. How you guys doing, man? Hey, Dustin. Hey, Brian. Hey, Nico. Yeah, things are going good, man.
Good, good.
Doing great. Really appreciate you joining us. So let's just jump right into it. You were born in Houston. Not only is it a cool name, it's very appropriate, obviously, that you're native Texan. Growing up, was Hollywood always a dream of yours, or did you have other aspirations?
No, man. I didn't even know what Hollywood is, man. Like how I got into the business was crazy. I went out for an audition. I thought it was a basketball commercial, and they were telling us that it was this huge basketball commercial. Carmelo Anthony was going to be the star. So they would send us to North Hollywood High School, man, like every other weekend, and like a whole bunch of guys because they wanted to see your basketball level. So I started just doing that, and I just kept getting called back. And next thing you know, I'm getting some sides. I don't even know what sides are at the time, man. I graduated already, and I was coming down just to get into the commercial business, and see what was going on there. Next thing you know, I'm in Sarah Finn and Randy Hiller's office reading sides. Didn't know what I was doing at all. Very, very green. And then next thing you know, I'm over there doing a table read with Mr. Sam Jackson and all the boys that came in. So that was
Wow.
it was it was out the blue, but met some wonderful guys, man, some brothers of mine to this day, and it was I fell in love with the business then. Being on set and you seeing these cranes, and because we shot for 4 months, we did 5 to 6 weeks of basketball training, right? And then after that, we went right into production, and just seeing how everything was shot, how things were prepped, and a lot of people. I didn't know that it takes so many people, you know, to make a movie. And after I saw that, man, I said, "Wow, this is a big collaboration." So that's how I fell in love with the business. And after that, I was a sponge, brother.
Awesome.
So, one of your biggest roles came on the legendary soap opera The Bold and the Beautiful, where you played Marcus in 337 episodes.
Man,
It was a groundbreaking role as you played the first African American character in the show's history to have a major storyline. Can you talk to us about landing that role and what it meant not only for your career but to break such a barrier?
man, Dustin. So, look, I didn't want to do bold. So look, me coming into the game, I was always told that soaps are a killer, right? Like you don't want to do soaps. So I stayed away from it. And that was during a time in 2008 where, the market crashed, and also, the business, it was on strike. So nothing was really in production anyway, except for reality TV shows and soap operas. So my team hit me up and was like, "Hey, CBS wants to see you, Brad Bell." And I was like, "Nah, man. Y'all told me. I remember, man. Back in the day, if you do a soap, that's it. Like you can't do TV and film." And I was getting used to, being on film. And they hit me again because I was like, ah. And they hit me again. It was like, "Look, just take a meeting with Brad, go to CBS, and see what happens." So I said, "Okay." I mean, nothing else was going on right at the time, and I was still very early in my career. But remember, I was coming off Coach Carter and also Final Destination 3, man. So I had some buzz, like I was moving a little bit, right? So I just wanted to
Yeah.
make the right decisions because you guys know in this business, if you make the wrong decision, sometimes that can hurt you, right?
Yeah.
So I was trying to follow the rules and just listen to my peers and listen to my team, and but there was a strike going on. So I took the meeting with Brad Bell over at CBS, great guy, and he had this vision, man. Like he was just going off about being the first. He wants to do something big with the storyline. He wanted to make me, one of the Logans. And I didn't know what the Logans were, right? But I was like, oh, okay. And he was really eminent, man. He was very passionate about this creative choice. And so then I said, okay. And yeah, from there, I decided to do it. And guys, I will tell you one thing for sure. I am extremely happy and blessed that I did, because not only did I learn so much working with those, wonderful people, over there at Bold, and my co-stars, and it's a lot of work, man. Like when you're shooting 8 to 10 episodes a week, man, like it's a
Yeah.
lot. Like you really have to dial in, and you're spitting this dialogue out, right? So it helped me being able to remember lines, make a character, make a choice, stick with it. And the fast pace that they shoot at, movies and TV it's for me it's a breeze, because we're used to shooting 2-3 scripts a day depending, right? And
Right.
it really opened up the door for me, fellas. Like that character Marcus Forrester, like he's a Forrester, bro. Like, and I didn't know how big that was until I got into it more deeply, right? So after that first year, I said, okay, this is what he meant. And yeah, like my first 2 years, my weekends were still working because I was reading scripts. Like it was fun, but it is a lot of work that goes into it. But it helped me tremendously. It really put me in a different way of how I prepare for certain scripts and projects, right? So,
Right.
man, I will always give my love to Bold and the Beautiful, because they did heighten the career, because it wasn't like I just stayed there. I made sure of that with my team. Like we were still able, and he was so nice, Brad Bell, to be able to get me pilot outs, movie outs, series outs. So that's why I was able to stay for 6 years. And I'll probably still be on there. The only reason why I didn't is because I took a series that shot in South Africa for 6 months. So, and we'll talk about that later too. But then after I hit South Africa, my life changed again. So yeah, man, love Bo, love all those guys over there.
Absolutely. Sounds almost like a boot camp for acting, where it was just like everything else is easier after that.
Brian, it's a paid boot camp. Every day you are learning, and it's a lot of work, but it's fun at the same time.
Awesome. Prior to that role, you had several credits under your belt, including some that our audience will be familiar with in the horror genre, which we will touch on shortly. But before we get into those, another role you had was in a film that was nominated for an ESPY, and that I'm pretty sure that everyone around our age who played sports in high school has seen countless times. Coach Carter. I saw it in high school for sure. A truly iconic movie with an incredible cast. You spoke on it a little bit already, but do you have any memorable stories from your time working on that film? I mean, Samuel L. Jackson, for Pete's sake, come on, you're the best.
Yeah, man. Look, those guys. So we were a family. Like once the cast was set, we were a family, man. From the Rob Browns to the Channing Tatums to the Rick Gonzalez and Robert Richard and Nana Guambo and Antoine Tanner. Like we were a family, man. Like to a point, because we were with each other every day, right? And then even after, they put us all in this nice townhome type of situation where we all had our own rooms and stuff. But on set, so I'm the rookie, right? Nana's the rookie, and Channing's the rookie. Can you believe that? Channing was the rookie back then. So we had 3 rookies that were, just going with the flow and being happy that we were actually on the set. So when you start to have this relationship with your brothers, people get comfortable. Okay, so while we're shooting a scene, and my mentor, who I speak to at least twice a month, like clockwork, Sam Jackson, he comes in. He's about to do his close up, and we're standing there. And now, if you look at the movie, you will see what I'm about to tell you. Okay, because I got in trouble for this. Sam Jackson is coming into the gym. We are all lined up. All right. Rick Gonzalez's character, Timo Cruz, comes in. He has to do like 1,000 push-ups, something crazy, right? So we are in this line while we're waiting for Sam, and he's talking. I don't know, to this day, I don't know who did it, but someone was passing gas, bro. I kid you not. And this gas, Brian, Nico, Justin, this gas was like no other smell. And we're sitting in the line, and they say action. Somebody did it on purpose. So we're sitting here. It's our close up here, and I'm sitting, and I'm smelling this gas. I'm like, oh my God, guys, you guys are killing me right now. So all of us, if you look at the scene, it's there. We did 4 or 5 takes, but the best take that they were able to keep was me. You'll see me doing this, smiling at the side. That's the take that they had because all of us were doing it. But man, oh man, I got in trouble for that because the director Thomas Carter says this: it's always fun to have fun on set, but when we need to shoot, don't forget it's somebody else's money. It's production money. Let's go. So when they came out, I was like, guys, I know you're having fun. Let's go now. Tighten up. We got to shoot this thing. All right, let's go. So we like, okay, yeah. I'm telling the guys, hey man, stop doing that shit, man. Damn, man, y'all. Nobody wanted to confess. They do the next take. Sure enough, somebody, and it was one of them lethal ones. That's the one. I guarantee it's not. It wasn't loud. It's one of them. Bro, go back. All the fans out there that love Coach Carter, go back, see the scene. Sam Jackson's coming in. We are in a line waiting. Timo Cruz comes in, and we start doing push-ups for him, right, to try to get him eligible to play. It's that moment where you will see me do this, and oh my, I will never forget it, man. Nasty ass.
Well, I'm rewatching that as soon as we get done with this interview.
Brother, hey,
that
hit me, message me as soon as you will see it. You will see it. Oh my God.
That's funny.
I don't even know how you. I can't even follow that up here, man. I don't even know what to ask.
Brian.
Oh Lord. All right. Well, let's jump into the genre we hold so near and dear to our hearts here with horror. You've been in two of some of the most iconic horror franchises out there. The first one, Final Destination 3. The sixth one just released this weekend that we're recording this. Where you played Luis Romero, and I'm pretty sure your death in the movie caused a lot of guys to avoid using the lap machine. There's no doubt about that. What can you tell us about how you got that role working on that movie?
Yeah, Final Destination 3, man. First off, fellas, I was a fan. Still am. I'm a fan. I'm actually, I think today or tomorrow I'm gonna go watch the new one that just dropped. I didn't know what to expect. I was so excited when I just got the appointment at the time. Because, I'm new, I'm upcoming, right? So, and I remember the first time I went in, I saw John Papsadera, the casting director, and I came in and I did it, and he was like, yeah, keep that energy, continue to have some fun, but be more of an asshole, I'm like, oh, okay. So then I did it again for him. He liked it enough. He brought me back to see the director and the producer, Glenn Morgan and my buddy Jim Wong. And then from there, man, just doing the audition lot. So Jim is one of those people who really wants to see the scene play out. So in that roller coaster scene, he had me sit in the chair, and he was like, yeah, you know what? Just let it rip. So I'm sitting in the chair like I'm in the roller coaster, and it's slowly going up, and I'm just being a fool, like, woo, okay, here we go. And I'm doing all this, and then I'm literally doing this, like I'm going up the scene. And then when I go down in my head, right, when I go down the roller coaster, I'm like, woo, and I'm doing all this stuff and acting a crazy fool. And then after that, I remember I had to, I think, get out of the roller coaster and then talk to, I forgot his character name, but Ryan, and tell him, yeah, she just wants some fucking attention and all this other stuff. So that, I thought I did well after the audition, but you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
So then literally like 2 weeks later, man, they said, yeah, you're pinned. And I didn't know what a pin was at that time, right? It's still early on. And they was like, well, you're one of the favorites. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, that don't mean I got it. I'm just one of the favorites, right? Don't tease me. So, and then like a few days later, yeah, I ended up getting it, man. Went to Vancouver, Canada for the first time, never been there. And we shot that thing. But the way we shot it, fellas, I didn't know. So productions, Coach Carter was a big production, right? They brought out everything to make it a wonderful film. Final Destination 3 was another tier because they rented out a whole airline hangar and it was the whole hangar was green screen, right? They had the roller coaster, it was like a made roller coaster, and we had to come up the ladder to all get in there, and then it was big giant wind fans, and all that stuff that you see in Final Destination 3 was all in a hangar. So
wow.
For me, it was, and then working with my cast, that was another fun set. There was no divas on set, man. There was just, we were all there for a purpose. We were all excited to be cast in a franchise. I was stoked because I watched Final Destination 1 that hooked me, Final Destination 2, and then me being able to be a part of a franchise was awesome. So you got to think, man, being a young kid just graduating from college, and your first movie is an iconic film that you didn't know at the time was going to be iconic, but it's with Samuel Jackson. Come on. And then your second big one, here you go, Final Destination 3. And you're like, what? It was a great start to a career that I didn't even know that I was going to have, basically. So, yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Dude, that is awesome. Final Destination 3 is the one I have the most nostalgia for. Like, I watched that movie with a girl I had a crush on in high school, so I always loved Final Destination 3. It's very near and dear to me. But the next year, you would star in the Wrong Turn sequel, Wrong Turn 2, Dead End. And I'm excited to hear about this because this is kind of this went straight to video, I'm pretty sure. So I'm sure the production side of it is a lot smaller, so I'm excited to hear about that. But the movie features plenty of familiar faces, including Henry Rollins, Ken Kersinger, even Patton Oswalt. And we also interviewed Joe Lynch, the director of Wrong Turn 2, way back when. So how was the experience making Wrong Turn 2, Texas?
So you come off this huge movie, Final Destination 3, that does super well in the box office, right? I mean, I think the new one that just dropped already did $100 million. Now, we didn't do that, obviously. It's a different era, right? We did very well, but we didn't do what the recent one just dropped did so far. But for me, you're on an emotional high, man. You're getting another iconic. I'm a horror fan overall. Like, I love horror. I'm a horror fan, right? And if it was up to me, I would do horror for the rest of my life. But I just know that. I know there's a way to make a living doing that, but is it substantial? Right. Not so much. So your team would tell you to stray away from it and only do those bigger ones or classic ones or what have you, right? But I remember when I got the audition for Wrong Turn 2. I saw the original Wrong Turn. I'm a fan of it. I loved it, right? I do Wrong Turn 2. I go out for it, and then I meet the producer Tom Seacrest, and he's great. And then I meet this director, man. This director comes in full of Joe. You guys met Joe Lynch, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Bro,
I met him at a convention last year. He was awesome.
Bro, Joe Lynch is one of these directors who is just fire. Like, his energy level, he is a firecracker, and he knows what he wants, right? So when I meet him at the producer's session, he was telling me, yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that. He had me do so many different variations, and then at the end of the day, he was like, okay, thank you. I got that call and was like, yo, you got booked for Wrong Turn 2. I'm like, yeah. Like, this is very short period of time, right?
Right.
They were all like within, the 2 years or so, because when you shoot a movie, it comes out like a year or so later, depending, right? So I was on a whirlwind. I was on fire. I really didn't really know what was going on. I was just going with the wind, man. And shooting that in Vancouver as well, and having Joe as our director, working with a lovely cast in Vancouver, like you said, Henry Rollins, and all these wonderful people that you never know who you're going to meet in this business, fellas, right?
Right.
And when you meet them, you just hope that you're cool enough not to look stupid in front of them. So you try your best to put on this facade to be cool, but in the inside, you're just going crazy because you're meeting people that you've seen on TV or film, and it's just, you got to sit back and you got to go, wow, man, like, I'm doing this. You meet so many great people, and Wrong Turn 2 was supposed to now Nico, Wrong Turn 2 was supposed to go theater. Fox wanted home video. They wanted something. They were just getting into the home video thing, a little bit more. They're the ones that said, no, you know what? Let's put it out on home video, since they were up, starting to do that. Production, everybody else was like, no, let's just, put it in the theater, even if it's for a short run, because Wrong Turn, the original, did so well. Why not?
Yep.
Bottom line, man, they didn't want to put the extra monies into it for marketing.
Yep.
And I still to this day felt that even though we shot that thing in the daylight, which is another production's creative choice, to shoot a horror someone in the daylight. Remember, back then, guys, horror was always dark, at night. They decided, you know what, let's shoot something in the day and see how it works out. Well, it was still, had the great attacks, had the great, deaths in it as well. So it wasn't bad
Right.
shooting in the daytime. So I don't know, man. I wish it would have went theater, but it still did well on home video. So
No, Joe said it did really well. I think it like
still did
broke
well.
records starting
Oh,
off.
yeah, man. And even then, Nico, when they saw the numbers trending high, even then they thought that they were going to go and say, okay, you know what, let's just do a small release and put it in theater. But it just never came to
Yeah.
fruition, man. So, but it was great working on
They
it.
left a lot of money on the table.
A
feel like.
lot of money on the table because someone higher up was scared to pull the trigger. Like, spend that extra. Look, I mean, I can easily say that, but if I'm a student, spend
Right.
that extra 3, 4, 5 million for marketing, man. Like, you're going to get it back because it already had a following. So,
Right.
Because I also feel like there's a stigma for straight to video releases.
There
Like
is.
some people may see it in the movie store and be like, I'm not going to rent that. It didn't even go to
Right.
theater. When turns out that was one of the better sequels
Mm-hmm.
that we've seen. So I definitely think they left money on the table.
agreed, brother. And you're right. And us as the cast, when we heard that it was going straight to video, we were like, man, like, why? And Joe was bummed too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Joe pushed though.
Yeah.
He pushed, and then they wanted some different edits or something or whatever. He did that, and yeah, they just never pulled the trigger. Unfortunate, but
Yeah.
No doubt.
I love the movie.
right.
It's fun.
Yeah, it was different for me. It is fun. Shooting horror, guys, it's so much fun. Like the editing
that-
and the things that they do in post to make those things make you jump or what have you. You don't see that on set, like, because on set
Right.
everything's around, man. So for us as talent, you really have to create that world, right, in order
Yeah.
to be frightened or in order to really feel something, right? And
Right.
that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of being an actor, though. That's the beauty of being a performer, is being able to transform and really put yourself in that environment and paint the world around you in order for it to make it real. If it's not real to us, it's not going to be real to you guys and everybody else. So,
Yeah.
yeah, man, I love horror.
Yeah, before you go, Brian, I got to say one more thing. You did Final Destination 3 and then Wrong Turn 2. It's really cool because Crystal Lowe was in both of those movies too. And she did not have good outcomes in either movie. Like, poor girl.
Yeah, I mean, and Crystal's man. She's a team player, man. Crystal, Crystal's on fire. Crystal's on fire too, bro. Like, whenever someone went to Vancouver to shoot a movie, trust me, Crystal was going to be in it. Like, and we played that very well. And since I known her from Final Destination 3, being around her for those 4 months, when she got I didn't know she got Wrong Turn 2 until I got back to Vancouver and we did the table
Nice.
read. And she walks in, I'm like, Crystal. And she was like, yeah, what's this? So it's like, come here. So it was like, chemistry was already there, man. That's the homie, man. Like, she played it very well. Like, she has these moments where she plays, because she can play dents. Oh my God. Like, she plays a lot of characters.
Yeah.
And on that one, now remember, this was the first time I'm going to see her. In Final Destination 3, yeah, she was topless, but I didn't see that. Okay, like I wasn't my those characters didn't cross. Wrong
Right.
Turn 2, they crossed. So
Yeah.
for me, knowing her as the homie, like I'm like, I said, okay, Crystal, so you about to flash? Okay, cool. All right, here we go. And I have to look at her like, what are you doing? Like, yeah, moments, because you respect, you respect people, man. You respect your
Yeah.
classmates, man. So you just don't want to be there and staring at, of course she has nice breasts, but you don't want to.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not a freaking sociopath or whatever they call that shit, but yeah.
All right, man. Let's fast forward to last year when you played John Hicks in 2024's Wineville with Brandy Roderick. We had Brandy on a while back. Super sweet woman. Obviously, you know that. She talked about her experience on the movie. Is there anything you can share that she may have left out, or any fond memories about just working with Brandy?
Man, the first time I worked with Brandy, yeah, that was Wineville. First time I met her and saw her. Wineville, man, look, I'm a fan of horror, right? So when that script came to me, I read it, and I said, okay, this is different, because it's a different side of the character, right?
Right.
But I guess one of the moments that stood out for me was I have to freaking sing, bro. I had to learn this song, and I thought
Right.
I thought they were playing at first. I'm like, wait, I got to learn the song. So you want me to lip sync it, right? They were like, no, we want it'd be great if you can sing it. I said, sing me? I'm not okay. So I had to learn this song. Brandy had to learn it too as well. So I guess for both, well, speaking for myself, singing a song that I didn't know, and I couldn't in my head. I'm like, man, I know I'm killing this song, and I apologize to the writer and the actual performer, but I'd never done that, bro. And I was singing to her, and we were dancing, right, in the scene, and that had to be one of the most difficult, I would say, because I know I'm not a singer, and I was very self-conscious about it at first. But
Right.
I was like, you know what? Screw it, man. I'm just gonna go for it and see what happens. So yeah, we did that, man. And we danced, and hopefully never again. Yeah, hopefully never again, man. Yeah, that was a good movie. Like for me too, playing that was a good movie because it was the gruesome kills in that too was pretty freaking cool, right?
Yeah.
But it's also I was able to show. I like showing levels, man. Being able to show different variations of a character I possibly can. That's what makes it fun for me to show a cool side, an innocent side. But then when it's business, okay, I'm trying to find this killer. Where is he at? Type thing. And then on that one, what really make it stand out for me, I was able to do my own stunt. So when you see me getting my head go through the fake glass or whatever, that's me. Like. And we fought. Me, Casey, we fought, and I got yanked back. I didn't know how to do. I'm not a professional stuntman, but I wanted to do my own scene. So, Art Camacho, the stunt coordinator, they had this rope on me. So when you pull the rope, it's like taking a bump for WWE, right?
Right.
Because I'm a fan of WWE. So when you take a bump, you're supposed to fall right on your back. Well, they told me how to do it. I just could. I wasn't able to just let myself go, right? I was worried about it hurting, even on the pad or not. So then they were finally able to just get the best take they could, and we just took it from there. But it was fun doing my own stunts stuff.
That's awesome. So you brought something up I've got to ask you on the fly here. I'm a big WWE fan too.
Oh my goodness!
So I know it's hard because my answer changes depending on the day, but who's your favorite wrestler of all time? I go back and forth between Sting or CM Punk. That's my two favorites. But
see, I man, look, I'm bloodline, man. I'm all about Roman and the tribal chief. So like I am. He says look. I'm one of those guys. When I'm watching on TV, he says, "Acknowledge me." I go, I will acknowledge you.
my finger goes in the air immediately.
But I would say all time. Oh man. I mean, look, the original answer you want to say is obviously Stone Cold Steve Austin. Obviously, you want to say The Rock, of course. I am fans of both of those. But I'm going to throw one at you, man, that something for me, this guy was, and even when I see him now, I don't know, it was something about his gimmick. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, man. That's my guy, man. Like, he's...
Okay.
Like his character, and he did the whole like the mouth and the eye, and he had that freaking 4x4, right? Him coming out with that 4x4, and he would hit you in this like Hacksaw Jim Duggan is for me, he's my all-time great.
I respect
and
that.
if he was in the era, when WWF at the time was climbing. And they pushed him the way they really should have pushed the hell out of him, right? Because he had a great gimmick.
Yeah.
He would be up there with the Stone Colds and the Rocks and all that other stuff, right? Like they just didn't push him the way they should have back then.
It was hard for anyone to get over back then because Hulk Hogan was everything. But
that's all Vince did. He was like, okay, Hogan he's doing everything. I'm like, I get it, Vince, but you got to work your other wrestlers too. It was all about it was all about Hogan and Andre the Giant. Right?
Andre, and then the Warrior got his little run.
Warrior had his little run. Warrior had his little run. It was just iconic because how he came out, and then you had freaking like Sting. Sting was great too. Like I like Sting too. I love those guys. You know why I love wrestling the most, man? It's because I know these guys are regular people on the outside, right? They're characters to me. So when I see them, I appreciate the creative development that they come with every day. I appreciate, the hard work that they do outside of being in front of that camera. They have to learn how to take bumps. They have to learn how to hit someone else. Like, or you can really hurt someone, as we know. I appreciate that. And people don't understand. It takes a lot to go into what they do to show us on TV so we can be a fan of it.
Absolutely.
And that's what makes it more, valuable for me as a fan, going, damn, man, like I know that they rehearsed that spot like all week
Yeah.
to make it pop off right. So
Yeah. Well, you sold me. I mean, if he's a big Bret Hart fan.
nice. Okay, you're the Hart man. Yes.
Well, you sold me. If I'm a casting director, I think my first two calls are going to be you and Dave Bautista. I need to see that movie now that I know that you're a big fan, because he can act as well. So.
Yes. Dave Bautista.
All right, so
I work with
getting
Bautista.
back. Do what?
I worked with Dave Bautista when I first. Just to throw you off, I did a movie called Martyrs. It was my first film with Bruce Willis. Okay, called Martyrs.
Yeah.
Great movie. That should have went to theater too, right? Dave Bautista was part of that movie. So when I saw him, I didn't know he was in the movie. But when I saw him, I said, Bautista? He looked at me like, how you doing? I'm like, oh man, like I didn't know. No one told me, and I was a fan.
That's awesome.
He was big, man. Like he's his shirts. When we wear nice dress shirts, we look, his dress shirt. It's like you see the freaking, how you have a damn dress shirt on and you see the damn trap muscle come out the dress shirt. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. What we doing, man? This guy, man. Like
Ron Simmons was the same way. Farouk, he was the same way.
Right? I like, come on, man. Like
It's massive.
muscles on top of muscles on top of muscles. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. All right. Well, getting back into the movie biz here, your latest project released this week, actually, May 16th. It's an action thriller called Desert Dawn, where you play Sal Reed. I watched the trailer. Looks like a high-octane ride with plenty of gunfights, drama, and tension.
Yeah.
What can fans expect from that one?
Man, look, first, I did that movie for one reason only, man. My boy Kellen Lutz was in it. When it came to me, I read it. I'm like, okay, it's not bad. It's another popcorn movie, right? I've done popcorn movies. Was I doing anything at the time, when they wanted to go in production? I wasn't. So it was one of those films where I was like, okay, it's action. Different character, I get to play it up. But the main reason was to finally be in the movie with my boy Kellen Lutz, man. We've been wanting to work together for years, had the same representation, same manager for a long period of time, and just was never able to do something together, right? So when that movie came about, I'm like, if Kellen's in, I don't give a damn. I'm in. So
Yeah.
we shot that. We had fun being creative and working with him. It was a great experience. And the fans should expect, like you said before, Dustin, high octane, action movie. Just if you like action, cool, it's for you. It doesn't have the $30 million, $40, $50 million budget or anything like that, but it's a solid film that I'm proud of, because whenever you're able to book any film or be able to create with other creatives, that's something that you cherish. So now I have memories working with Kellen and the rest of the cast that were there, and yeah, man, just excited for it. Hope it does well. See, now it's different, man. Like I'm an '80s baby, man. So it's I don't know how they keep these numbers, guys. Streaming and right, Brian, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how they keep these streaming numbers or how they know the success of a movie. Like
We were just talking about that. That's
Yeah.
crazy to me. I think we were just talking. They got to be cooking the books, because there's no way that you can spend, how many billion, like $1 billion on a movie or however million. You're not getting that subscriber base to new, as a new subscriber. To me, that's just crazy. I don't
Right.
understand it either. Sorry.
No, we don't know. This is one of the things that SAG, when we did that strike before, right? We had it with the latest strike. SAG was
Right.
trying to get more involved, seeing numbers, seeing reports and all that stuff. Because the residual aspect, which is a different debate, but the residual aspect and how, actors are paid after a movie's released and what have you, the success of the
Right.
movie, we really still don't know the formula, bro, right? they got an idea, but they will never, Brian, like you said, they will never be able to pinpoint somebody getting paid.
Yeah,
That's all
exactly. Exactly.
Why make the movies?
Exactly.
Why stream the movies? Somebody's getting paid, whether they're selling overseas or whatever they're doing. I don't care where the movie goes. Someone's getting paid. All I know is that when a movie drops, like this one here, Desert Dawn, it dropped Friday. So Desert Dawn can take a nice, depending how it's doing this weekend, it can take a nice streaming, curve up or what have you. It can be, this is marketing stuff. Netflix, number one in Netflix, number one in Hulu, whatever. That's just
right.
talk to me. I don't believe all that stuff. Oh, number one in 10 weeks in a row. Okay, whatever. If that was the case, then 6 months later, you get a residual check for $100. Something's off.
Yeah, exactly.
$100.
Exactly.
Something's off. But it was number one for 10 weeks in a row. Okay.
Yeah.
But we get $100. Okay.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. No. 100%.
We were talking about shoes, or you can't even buy some new Forces with $100 no more.
No. You need $175 minimum.
Yeah.
And you don't pay less ain't around no more, fellas. Ain't no more pay less. So
That's right.
You have to wear them dirty Forces with the creases in them for a little longer.
Exactly. A little bit longer, you'd be all right.
Lord, I apologize. It looked like every white girl in college.
Right.
Dirty Forces.
Right.
But we'll get back on track, though. We're definitely excited to check that movie out. It sounds like an exciting experience. But switching gears here, a little bit more serious moment. I wanted to give you an opportunity to shout out your foundation, the Texas Battle Foundation.
Oh, man.
Since 2013, I believe you've been raising money and awareness for underprivileged youth in South Africa. Can you tell us about that journey and where our listeners can learn more about that?
Man, Nico. Thanks for asking that question, fellas. So I told you, I did this series called don't go blank now. Safe. It was called Safe. SAF 3, literally the number 3, right? And it shot in South Africa. It was for 6 months. I was in a negotiation. I was with Bold and the Beautiful, and Brad was letting me. He was going to let me go ahead and shoot the series or what have you, which was great. So when I first went to South Africa for the first time, I mean, who wouldn't want to take a trip to South Africa? I mean, it's Cape Town, right? It's across the world. Just to be able to do that, I was in, right? But when I got over there and I started shooting and I started seeing the culture, bro, when I flew to South Africa, when you get closer to Cape Town, you pass all these. I thought that they were storage units, bro. Because I'm like, damn, that's a lot of damn storage units that I'm seeing. Lady told me, she was like, no, that's where people live. Those are shacks. I said, what the fuck? What the hell is a shack? So, right? And she's like, well, that's where they live. I'm saying they're stacked up like that. Now I've seen movies, whether Brazil or other countries or whatever, and you see these things that are stacked and they're very cramped, and those are movies. But to see it in person, to see it live, you go, damn, this is for real. This is no joke. Now, of course, we're shooting a series, so they take us to, the Malibu of Cape Town. They took us to Camps Bay, right? We get into Camps Bay, it's like Malibu. It's beautiful, okay? Ocean resorts, all that good stuff, and you're looking. And I'm like, no, man, I want to go see what I saw on that damn plane. Someone need to take me to go see the real shit of South Africa. So I had because they had car service, obviously, right, Malibu. I said, take me down. So they took me, and I had someone who was from a township, right? That's what they call them, townships. And they took me to the township. They just drove me through the township. When they drove me through this township, fellas, I said, okay, wow. I need to get out. I got to get out. I got to see this. And he was like, no, I recommend you don't get out. I'm like, why not? He's like, well, because this is a rough township. I said, bro, just come with me. I don't care. I want to go out. Now, I did not know this when I stepped out and I wanted to just see just to get a sense and a feel for it. I didn't know Marcus Forrester from Bow was that big out there because the soaps are big in South Africa as well. As soon as I got out, you have these kids on the corner that said Marcus, and I'm like, huh? They were talking about Marcus Forrester. That kind of eased everything for my first visit there. So then they come up and they're like, yo, Mark, oh my God, it's Marcus. And then now the crowd starts to come. The driver was like, and his name is Asif. He was like, hey man, we should go. I'm like, we should? He's like, yeah, we should go. I'm like, oh man, but I want to see. So anyway, we end up leaving. I took more trips back later on. And then being in Camps Bay, I saw these kids. I remember I was eating breakfast before I went to rehearsal, and the kids were dancing, man, singing a song and dancing. And I just fell in love with them. I wanted to help them as much as I could. They were dancing, bro, trying to raise money for tekkies, which are shoes, right? Because they were dancing on bare feet, right? And then they had some that had, different shoes on and had shoes that had holes. I don't know. Bro, it was just an experience for me. So then I said, okay, you know what? What do you need? And she was like, oh, we just need, 200 Rand. I said, 200 Rand? 200 Rand in American dollars back then was like, what, $5-6? So I'm like, what? I said, you know what? Screw it. I took that whole group. It was like 8 or 9 of them. I went back to the hotel. I said, hey, man, get the van. We're going to the mall. They got the van. I took all those kids and their miss, the lady that was over them, took them to the mall. We got 2 pairs of new shoes for them. I got them some undies, like the boxer shorts, right? Because when the girls dance, they dance, but when they kicking up, man, they have their underwear there. I'm like, no, that's not how you do it. You do it what we do. We put, like in the States, the girls put those tights on, the short tights. Yeah. I got them those, and then I don't know, man. It was something about South Africa for me when I did that. It changed. It changed so much, fellas, that I took off from the industry for a year because I wanted to be there, like you said earlier, Nico and Dustin, Brian. I wanted to do what I could. I felt, I don't know, man. Maybe I felt at that time, I felt spoiled. I felt privileged. I felt, bro. They would share so we would get a 2-liter. They would share a 2-liter bottle. And then they would have a loaf of bread and the salami, the round salami, the big salami. So they would have that, cut the salami, put it on bread, eat that, and then share a 2-liter soda. I said, what the hell you got? No. When I bought water bottles, I remember one time I bought water bottles for them. I literally gave the girl a water bottle. She drank some and then she wanted to hand it over to others because they're used to sharing. I said, no, this is your water bottle. Like, this is yours. But for her, she was like, mine? I said, it's all yours. Like, that's your water bottle. Like, you keep it. It just opened my mind to a lot of things. I wanted to help them. I wanted to get them not out of it, but try to make them feel like they were more than what they portrayed, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
So then I said, you know what, screw it. What can I do? Open up a foundation?
Well, I've got a question. I've always wondered this with foundations, period. And since you're so involved, you're the right person to ask this about. How do you make sure, as somebody's name who's on the foundation, how do you make sure that money and stuff gets to the right people?
Because I run it. I oversee it. Yep. You're right about that, though, Brian. You're right. Look, man, that's another topic too. Like, people would open up these foundations, right? They put them in their name. You can funnel. You can do a lot of stuff with foundations, right? But I wanted to make sure. See, I know what I did. I'm living proof of it. I see it. I know that they got buses. Not buses. Like, they have transportation now, right? I know that. If I have to pay school fees for some of the children to go to better schools, I know that is going because I pay it directly to the school, right? I know that if they need a food voucher at ShopRite for 300 Rand, I know that they're buying the ShopRite. How do I know that? Because I have a connection with ShopRite that I collab with them about all the food, and I have the families go pick up. Ain't no money given to the families. They are going to go pick up the food package. So I know that, right? So I'm more hands-on with my foundation, because I, like you said before, Brian, you want to make sure that it's going to the right sources and where it should go. And when I raise money, I tell people that all the time. I say, look, when you donate to the Texas Battle Foundation, just know, like, you will see where it goes. I have no problem showing you exactly where it goes, because that's what it's about. And before starting off, as you know, I would use my own money. Like my per diem in SA for the series, it went all to them. I didn't need it, right? Like, it went to them, bro. So I was just happy to be able to see these kids have a piece of what we have here that is normal for us, but not normal for them. And that's just everywhere. Like if I went to a different country that was poverty, then I would have started it up there. It just so happened that my first experience was Cape Town, South Africa. That's all. Like, then they need it, man. Like every day. Like I know that they have cleaner water. How do I know? Well, because I know that I seen the built of new wells in the township. Because I know we hired the guys to come do it. And I see them I remember the first time when they're doing the water, and it's fresh water coming out of the pipe. Like I've seen it. You know, I know about the hygiene. I give the girls, fresh toothbrushes, the soap, like their own. Like you don't have to share. Like it was a lot that went into it, but it made me proud. It warmed my heart, and I knew that at that moment in time, the Lord was telling me, hey man, this is where you need to be right now. Sacrifice. So I sacrificed the industry, and I left. I told my team understood, and they let me. And then I came back, and once I had a foundation and I knew things were going to go the right way, I said, okay, now I can go back to the industry, because it's hard to do both, man. You got to in this business, you got to focus on the business, right? You get certain things, you got to work hard, you got to be able to book, because nothing's guaranteed. So when I decided to leave the foundation, leave Cape Town for that time to go back to the States to work back on my career, I knew that it was in the right place for me to do so. So,
yeah, that's awesome. Where can people go to find out more?
We can go to www.texasbattlefoundation.org, and it's literally just like it is, texasbattlefoundation.org, O-R-G. And they can go in there, man, and see what we do. So
awesome. I mean, it's truly remarkable and selfless stuff that you did there, and that you continue to do. It's hats off to you. That's incredible stuff.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
But we're about to wrap things up here in a little bit, but I do have a couple more questions for you. One's I like to ask this to all of our guests. The other one we'll get to in a minute. It's just for me personally. But first off, are you familiar with Letterboxd?
Heard about it.
So Letterboxd is an app that people can get on, and they can rate movies 1 through 5, and basically it's just a way for you to list your movies, and there's a top 4 on there. So I got to ask you what your top 4 on Letterboxd would be. So in other words, what would Texas Battle's top 4 favorite movies look like?
Oh shit. Really, Dustin? 4?
Hey, I'll tell you what, because this is a tough question to put you on the spot. I'll tell you mine. That way you don't feel like you're jumping in the pool alone here. My favorite 4 all time, I've got The Godfather, Tombstone, The Graduate with Dustin Hoffman, and Midsommar. That's my top 4 favorite movies.
Wow. Okay, Nico, you go. So I can. I'm thinking. You go.
All right, let me bring my letterbox up. I'll go.
Yeah, you gotta go, and Brian gotta go.
I'm on the spot too.
Brian had to jump off. He's got a delivery man knocking on his front door.
Okay. You gotta go, Nico. By the time Nico you finish, I should have. Hold on.
All right, this is what I have on Letterboxd right now. I got Interstellar.
Okay.
I got Pearl, The Iron Claw, and Midsommar.
The Iron Claw. Damn, I need to go back and see that again.
Hey, Texas wrestling, Texas.
Right.
Hey,
Texas in every way.
You're a wrestling fan, so I'm sure you've seen The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke, right?
Yes, of course.
I'm trying to tell Nico he needs to watch that one.
It's a good. Hey, man, I didn't. First off, I didn't know that Nicky. I didn't know he can act like that, right? But when he did, that's what put him on the map. That one. I don't know what happened since then, but I know that. I know that movie put him on the map. Right? I don't know what happened since then. I like him. I don't know what happened since then, but I know that movie put him on the map because he crushed it. right?
He did.
Crushed it.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Well, for me, I would say, Coach Carter for sure.
I mean, it's a great movie.
It's just me taking myself out of it. It's still a great, iconic movie. It will be around forever. It's a classic, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, Braveheart, William Wallace. I am William Wallace with Mel Gibson. Oh my God, I fucks with Mel. You know, he's different at times, but I don't care. He's talented. Yeah. He's a great director. He's a great actor.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Mel, Braveheart. Yes, I am William Wallace, and my countrymen. Oh man, yeah. Okay. Who else? Oh, bro. What's your name? Gerald Butler, 300. Oh,
yeah.
Bro, he has some sayings in that movie where I would follow him through the fire.
Oh, absolutely.
Because he was so convincing and so. I like Gerald Butler. I want to work with him one day. Yeah, these are greats that you want to work with. What else? Bro. I don't know, but I am a Robert Downey Jr. fan.
Okay.
Even more so because of the Avengers. All of them, all of the Avengers. All of them have great storylines, phenomenal actors, all through that movie, all A-listers.
Yeah.
But Robert Downey Jr., man, that fucker made me cry, man. The last damn Avengers, he was in there, and he was talking, took it for the world and stuff. And then Gwen comes over. It's okay, you can rest now. Oh, fuck off! What you mean you can rest now? Oh my God, I'm in there bawling, bro. No, everyone in the theater, all you heard in the theater was.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sitting here like this.
Where I was.
Oh damn. Yeah, it was hard to see him go like that. But
allergies got me.
I would say those four: Coach Carter, Braveheart, the 300, and the Avengers. All of the Avengers.
Okay, so when you said Robert Downey Jr., I thought you were going to go Kiss Kiss Bang Bang because that's a good movie as well.
He's great in that.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm with you on Avengers. So you kind of made me think of something else that leads into my next question. William Wallace or King Leonidas, who's a better football coach, you think?
Ooh.
Because I'd run through a brick wall for both of them.
Ooh. Oh, I would. I know both. Who had the better speech? Well, shit, they both had great speeches, man.
Great.
All my countrymen. But then Gerald Butler, he just had me ready to fight.
Maybe an offensive coordinator, defense coordinator then.
That, right, Dustin. I was going to say Gerald Butler can be my head coach.
Okay.
And then William Wallace can be the assistant coach. Like they both got to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need because both of them. If you get those two to give you a speech before a game, I feel that the team is going to be so hyped up that they're going to crush and destroy anyone they play.
Absolutely.
So, in hurting people. So it's like 60-0. But it's just not 60-0. I'm talking about you got your first string quarterback, he's out. Your backup, he's out. Your third string is out because they're just crushing them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's a good answer. So my follow-up question, like I said, this one's just for me, but you're a big Longhorns fan. No secret, you're wearing the Texas Longhorns hat. Got it on the walls behind you.
Man, come on, man.
You're talking to some FSU guys. Oh, you got the Texas tattoo on the arm there. Okay. So you're talking to some FSU guys here. We're all Florida State fans, but my dad was a Texas fan up until he passed in 2016. He lived down in Baytown, Texas. Okay. So I got to ask you, how are the Longhorns looking this year? How you feel,
bro? We look. It's the new era, baby. Like, well, hold on.
Oh, you got the Arch jersey. Okay.
Yeah. It's his time. It's his time. He has 2 years to show us what he has, right? Yeah. We've been to the college football, playoff semifinals twice now in a row. We're on the right track. Those games last year could have went either way, obviously, and we know that we were in both of them. For us, it's about bringing that same intensity, not getting comfortable, coming out from the jump against Ohio State and get that rematch, okay? And show everybody right away, the first game of the season, who we are. Ohio State is always great as well. They always have 4 and 5 stars just like we do. But it's about, who's going to deliver, okay? Who's going to sit up there and punch you in the mouth first. And if Arch, who I know, and what I've been hearing around campus, he's ready to go. And we have great guys that came in. We hit the transfer portal hard, got those great guys coming in. We are solid and strong. We just have to show up. And damn it, we got to score in the red zone, man. Like, we left so many points on the freaking scoreboard, off the scoreboard last year. We have to score in the red zone. If we can tighten that up and score 91% of the time in the red zone with touchdowns, sky's the limit. I think we're going to be great. So, speaking of Florida State, man, sorry to hear about your guy, man. He's retiring. Your quarterback who brought you guys to the promised land.
Jordan Travis.
Bro, what the hell? Like, it was that, like, his knee is that bad?
Yeah, I was at that game. It was terrible.
Yeah, supposedly the Jets tried to rush him back before his body was ready. They tried to hurry his rehab, and his body didn't respond, and it's unfortunate all around.
It has to be for him to retire, bro.
Yeah.
Like
at what, 26? I mean, it's sad.
That kid was on fire.
So good.
He was on fire, and I do agree with the rest of the FSU fans and you guys as well. You should have went to the damn playoff. Like, I get the quarterback situation. I get it. But you don't take that away just because your quarterback situation. Let that defense play ass out.
Because the defense was good all season.
Let them play ass out. See what you never know what's going to happen. And how many times have we seen a backup quarterback come in and play? Georgia just had that one kid, Stockton, whatever his name. He played because old boy was hurt, right? Because we put him out. So you shouldn't take that. That shouldn't have mattered. So that's why I didn't agree with that. I thought FSU should have been in. They were undefeated. They should have went in.
I agree. Now we won't talk about last season,
right?
I don't know what happened last.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what happened, Nico. Unfortunately, you had DJ Ungalowe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. No, Will Smith, he hit me with that thing for Men in Black. I don't know what happened. I forgot about it.
But I'm a big fan.
You guys got a good quarterback came in this year. You guys got some talent that came in. So
Castellanos, yeah.
Yep.
I like Castellanos.
I heard he's pretty good. He can
run. Now he's like 5'7", 5'8", which is not what you want out of a quarterback, but he can run.
Right.
But yeah, I've got a big soft spot in my heart for the Burnt Orange, and I'm a big Sarkisian fan, so I'm rooting for you guys for sure.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Well, I love Matthew McConaughey, and I know he's a big Texas fan. So
love that guy, man. Like, if you ever,
he can be your defensive coordinator for your team,
bro.
Talk about a speech. You got 3 speech givers,
man. So when I first met Matthew, it was obviously on the field, and just a good guy, man. Like, you wouldn't even think you were talking to Matthew McConaughey because he's just like us, fellas. He's just a regular guy who loves his Longhorns just like I do. Like, he bleeds burnt orange. But he'll talk to you. It's not like he doesn't try to, like, rush you. You know how sometimes you talk to certain stars, they try to rush you off. No, he's there. He'll talk to you, because he's getting pulled in every freaking direction, right? Because his publicist on the field also. But at the same time, he's a good guy, man. So, yeah, hook him.
Awesome.
We're getting ready to wrap up Texas, but I got to ask you real quick. You mentioned my shoe collection. What's your favorite shoe?
Ooh, man, I am...
This is a tougher question than Letterbox. Like, you can only wear one shoe for the rest of your life, maybe.
For the rest of your life, one shoe. Bro, I've always been a fan of the Air Max.
Yeah. They're comfortable.
They're comfortable. Always been a fan of the Air Max. Yeah,
And as I get older, I care more about comfort than looks. Like, Jordan 4s look great, but you might as well just kill your ankles and your shoe and your feet because they hurt so bad.
They just hurt after a while walking, man. Yeah, man. Like, you got the new one coming out that just dropped out there. Is it dropped or?
I haven't bought shoes in so long. I just quit buying them. Like, I'm broke now too, but
if you sell, goddamn, you got 50 of them over there right now, bro. Like, jeez, like that's your 10 grand right there, easy.
Yep. You're right. I really like dunk lows, SBs. Like those are just comfortable and they're easy to wear. Like I go to a lot of conventions. That's what I wear to conventions most times. They're comfortable and they look good.
Right. Okay. I'm starting to do conventions, man. Yeah, I like conventions. So I'm actually gearing up, starting to do conventions, man. And I didn't even know that these things exist like that. So I have my convention manager. You know, he's doing what he needs to do to get me out there, and yeah, we got one coming up in September, and we got some other things that's coming. We can go out there. And meet.
Where are you going to be at in September?
I am going to. It looks like I will be Mockingbird Lane. Let's see. He said, yeah, it's Mockingbird Lane. Here we go. And the dates are, where's the dates? I got you right here. September.
Like
looks
conventions
like,
used to be.
Looks like the first or second week of September. That week.
Right, do you know the location?
Yeah, here we go. Mockingbird Lane Event Seguin Event Complex. Seguin Seguin Event Complex. I'll make sure that my convention, my appearance manager lets you guys know this too. But yeah, fans, I'm coming out there. It's in Texas.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, dude, conventions been blowing up too because there used to be only like some, certain big conventions per state, but they're blowing up everywhere now. Even like smaller cities are starting to get conventions now.
Nico, I didn't even know all this. Yeah, he told me about this, man. And I'm like, really? I'm saying, okay, let's do it. Like, I love that. I don't mind, interacting with the fans and meet and greets and all that stuff. We wouldn't be here without them. So
absolutely, I love going to conventions.
Yes, man,
they're fun.
They're fun. You take a weekend, 4 hours a day or something like that. The rest of the time, go out, explore the city, foods, meet a lot of other people in your genre. Like, that's awesome to me, man. So
you make a lot of connections.
So yeah, I'm starting to do them, man. So I'm happy about that.
All right, I got to ask you one more Texas question. I've just started recently getting into grilling. What's your favorite Texas barbecue?
Oh, brisket, bro.
I didn't know if you'd say brisket or beef ribs. I know those are really big out there, too.
Beef ribs are good, too. Brisket. I got to go brisket, man. Yeah. I got to go brisket. Brisket is Franklin's Barbecue in Austin, Texas. If you guys haven't been, you need to go.
I was in Austin.
I've heard about Franklin's Bar. I've heard it's good stuff.
Brother, I'm telling you, I've had a lot of.
But you got to get in line like 4 hours before it even opens.
You got to get, unless you put you can put a to-go order in. You can do it an hour early, and then you can just pick it up, which is a lot easier, right?
Yeah. Okay.
It's not the same as sitting down, obviously, inside, but you still get what it's worth. It's so good too, so good.
I was in Austin a few years ago for a bachelor party and had some barbecue out there, had some brisket. It was great. Now, me being a native Tennessean, I want to say, Memphis, we got barbecue. That's us. But I don't know, man. That Texas barbecue is pretty good.
Man, you guys have some good barbecue. I've had Kansas City, Tennessee, of course, Texas. Have they ever had, if you guys know, a countryside, a nation's best barbecue, like where not just the state.
They do big competitions. They just had one in Memphis called Memphis in May. People from all over the country. They do ribs and like chicken, steak. They do all kind of big stuff.
I like stuff like that because everybody has their own flavors, brother.
Yeah,
I need to go to.
Oh yeah, I'd love to attend that
too.
Yeah, me too. We'll all go together.
Yeah, you tell me when they have that. I might meet you out there, brother.
Sounds good. Hey, definitely. All right, we got to chat one more thing out. Texas, we want to thank you again for joining us today. Desert Dawn released May 16th. So everyone be sure to check that out. Is there anything else you'd like to shout out before we let you go? Any social media projects? You just mentioned you're starting conventions, so we'll be definitely looking out for that. Anything you want to shout out?
Desert Dawn just dropped. Convention season, conventions coming up, so we're going to start doing those. Social media, I'm not a huge fan of, but yeah, I mean, Texas won battle on all social media platforms, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or IG. Texas won battle. I'm not as because I'm not in the era of social media, but I will try to get back to people when I can. But other than that, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. We really appreciate your time, man.
Okay, you got it, man. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks.